All right, guys, we're back for another episode. Today, we're just going to get straight to it, and we're going to just make a really great beat. Welcome to my channel if you're new here. My name's Ehmurrai, and we're just on this channel just making beats, and we're really getting in depth with the process. I show a lot of the tools that I use, and I try to do as minimal editing as possible just so you can really see how I, put my compositions together. And so in this episode, I'm using a VST called Pigments. And so within this VST, you've got a lot of really cool sounds. You've got drums, pianos, keys, and pads and sound effects, a lot of really cool stuff. And so I think we'll just try to challenge ourselves, and we'll make this entire beat simply using pigments. All right. And so let's get straight to it. I've already got some chords that I've created, and we're just going to go ahead and record those, and we'll get going. And in some of my previous videos, I talked about, ripchord and how to, build chords in there, and how to actually, get a good strong start. And so really, like I said, we're just going to build this entire beat with pigments. Let's challenge ourselves. And a lot of the things we'll do in these videos, we're just experimenting, trying different things, new things, and then we're learning together. Like I said, if you guys have got any tips or, things for me, if you use Ableton, just drop it down in the comments, and we're just trying to create a community here. Let's see what we've got in. We're going to bring this up and see what are the cool sounds we've got. And sometimes I'll start at the bottom maybe and go up. I'm going for something more chill. Yeah, like that. Yeah, so I'll just like when I'm making beats, I really want to feel it, and so it might sound a mess in some points, but I'm just trying to feel what. And I like that. That sounds great. Um, let's see. We're building it. We're building everything with pigments, and so something interesting. I wanted to understand what's going on with these chords. And so as I thought, there's only one. Okay, there's two sharp notes. I was playing some stuff that just did not sound like it was in the right. So the A and D is there. Okay. And then it looks like really the sharps we're seeing is A sharp and D sharp. Man, I really gotta get on I gotta find some type of school or something. If you guys know of any like schools or any really good online programs to learn music theory, or like drop them in the comments, because I gotta get on that. And so I feel like maybe there's some keys going on in here. Did I click on maybe electric piano is what I want? Oh, you know what? Maybe I want to go for. I do use pianos fairly often. I want to try something different. So let's see what's. Yeah, and playing around with like these, like you can really, in most VSTs, you can really get in the nitty gritty with all these different like filters and low frequency oscillators and all this different stuff. I don't have a complete understanding of everything that's going on, and so obviously these are pre-created sounds that come with pigments, and so like what I'm hearing, like I kind of want less of that high-pitched, high-end thing. And that kind of helps. I would say a lot of my beats are kind of like a blend between like R&B and they'll have like, I mean, it's trap, like the heavy 808s, like the heavy hip hop 808s. Let's see what we can get going. We'll try different 808s and let's see what this one's doing for us. A really cool technique I like to use is let's see, so I'll draw in some hi-hats, and then I'll kind of almost like fade up the velocity of it. And it kind of just gives it a little bounciness to it. Crazy with this one. It's like a lot of the tags and stuff. So we'll lay down we'll probably want to carry over some of the same elements into the verse. And I'll duplicate for so we've got that going, and then a lot of the times I can hear the note of what I want in my head, and I have to just search for it. I wish I just was like, oh yeah, that's B flat or whatever the hell. And there it is. So what is it exactly? It's the A. So like we said, we're building this entire beat with just pigments, where we're not using any other we're not using any other, VSTs, just for the, just to see what creatively we can achieve. And so I wonder what kind of vocals we've got going. So far, I think Arcade has better vocal elements. I've got to get that one back. That one's pretty good. Well, I was originally, anyway, gonna look for some bells. And so I think also one of the things we can do, hit this browser here, and we can go as far as just saying, okay, let's get rid of that vocal, and then we want bells. Toy piano. I really like my 808s to be like punching, and you'll even see sometimes that like my beat is peaking over, as long as it's not clipping. Like it may be a little red, as long as it's not hitting the ceiling and punching through that, you're good. I mean, when you go to record, you're going to bring it down, so that's why it's good to not, let it clip, because then you've lost information on the top end. But I'm usually, sometimes I'll maybe be a couple decibels above 0, which, so far as you don't go and, you're going up and beyond, you don't see any dynamic range in the meter. It's just all red, and you're not seeing any peaks, and that, it's not good. Still see dynamic range, and we're not going up past the ceiling. We're a little bit over the 0, but we should be fine. And that's just my personal, everyone's got their own way they want to make their beats and stuff, but that's just what I do. And so we got our intro, and then it goes. And so really I'll go in and let's actually, I think this is the SRX Orchestra by Roland Cloud. So we kind of didn't do the whole beat with pigments only, but it's 90% pigments. I love this one because if you want like anything like concerto, or this thing has like almost every like live string, brass that you could think of, wind, and yeah, you can really get down and dirty with this one. And so we'll experiment more with this in future videos. See what's going on. Now let's find some textures. Like I believe we've got some textures going on. And I'll try to keep this video on the shorter side. I say that every time, and then the video ends up being an hour. And so I'll try to be in the 30 to 45 minute range with this one, because, you know, I'm also trying to get faster at making, but is faster really better? Like, I kind of just like to spend more time with the beat and make it the best version of what it is. Looks like we got some sound effects. It's just to give it a little texture and give it some feel. Just the velocity. And this is kind of just a bridge before we go back into so let's just sequence this out. Sequence the beat out. Let's see what we got. Man, we have not saved at all. Let me... This would be scary to like crash out and nothing saved. What would we call this? I always come up with some like random stuff. Okay, this one sounds like I Want You Back. I want you back, baby. Oh. Like some R&B, like you lost your girl and who, I don't know. I'm just making up stuff. All right. We're tracking the beat. Yeah, I feel like a longer intro on this one. Feels good. so with that one, I guess I can make it a little bit of a shorter beat, and then we'll see if that feels right. So technically it just have 2 hooks and 1 verse. Yeah, and so then I don't know if we have, like, we'll take a look. We need maybe some transitions within. Are there transitions in and I didn't use a lot of layers in this beat. Kind of kept it very simple. And maybe I'll bring these textures, are these the textures over in the beginning to give it a little automation mode and like fade them up, fade them in. And then, yeah, like I was saying, what do we have going on? Is there the opportunity to put a transition when the beat goes from that back end of the chorus into that kind of outro section? So they've got sound effects and they've got some sequence stuff. I would love some transitions, and there's probably, I want to say this is made by Arturia. Yeah, this is made by Arturia, so they've got some other VSTs out there that I do want to get in my arsenal, but I'm not seeing any transitions. Maybe we could use a sound effect as a transition. I like that on beach days. This beat is sounding like some chill lounge. The 808s are thumping, but it's still it's pretty chill. Alright guys, and that's pretty much that beat for you. I'll drop a link in the description if you want to purchase and download and make a song with it. Pretty much, I think we got a great turnout with that one. Very chill. Most of the beats I make are pretty chill, and so come to this channel to relax and get some peace and just hang out with us. But yeah, if you've enjoyed that, drop a like, subscribe, and definitely comment. Like I said earlier, if you have any type of tips or tricks that you know in Ableton, yeah, feel free to like give us, not just me but also anyone else who's watching, some tips. And so I appreciate you guys spending some time with me, and I'll see you in the next episode.